Hey everybody, it's me, Edward Jones, aka Daniel Kuhn, back with another video. Thoughts on the Walter Scott verdict. I want to start this video off by saying that one of my favorite movies I remember watching back in school was 12 Angry Men, where it was a movie about a jury that had to convict, I think it was a preteen of murder, and you had 11 jurors um, that wanted to give a guilty verdict, but you had one juror who held out as a not guilty verdict, and how he was able to convince the other jurors to switch their verdict from guilty to not guilty. And the film ends with the young man being set free. And I think it was a powerful movie about how one juror can change the course of the case, can change the outcome. And that's how our system is set up. That's how our jury system is set up. It's not set up so that the jurors will have to enforce the law, but they actually have to make a decision based on make a decision on based on the evidence that's put in front of them, and also based on their conscience. Now, translating this to segueing this to the Walter Scott case, where you had ex police officer Michael Slager. He's caught on video shooting Walter Scott in the back. Now, Walter Scott was stopped. It was a traffic stop. He was found to have an outstanding warrant for child support, and I think the car he was driving had expired tags, and so he took off and ran, and which prompted Slager to chase him. Later, shot him in the back several times, and it was found that it was shown on the video that he planted a taser on him, claiming that Scott stole the taser off of him in a struggle. But I remember hearing over the weekend that there were still jurors. There was the jury couldn't they couldn't come to a unanimous vote because you had one juror who held out. Now, that juror said that they couldn't, in good conscience, give Slager a guilty verdict. And I will say that I was disappointed. If there is solid evidence to prove a guilty person did what they did, or if someone acted in a wrongful manner, that they should receive the just punishment that's prescribed. But I will say that I do. I rather see, and this is a belief I have for some time, I'd rather see a guilty man walk than an innocent person spend 1 minute in prison. And that's the whole point of the benefit of the doubt. Now, I guess in this case, maybe use it appropriately if the evidence to prove that Slager was indeed wrongful in his actions, and that he was indeed guilty for what he was being charged of. But if it was basically, if there was enough evidence to show that he was wrongful, he did what he's being accused of, and then he should be punished. But it still goes back to the jury. And I gotta say that even though I'm a bit disappointed in in the verdict, I gotta say I wouldn't want it any other way. I rather it be a jury. I'd rather have a jury. The expression, rather be judged by 12 than carried by 6. I'd rather have a jury that must come to a unanimous conclusion, whether they be guilty or not guilty, rather than having it left up to a small number of people, left up to one person, or worse, I say worse, a majority vote. And that actually shows the dangers of democracy, where you have 51% terrorizing the 49%. And that's very dangerous. I'm glad. I do not like democracy. I think republicanism is the best way to go in preserving liberty, and I believe the jury system is the best thing that we have, compared to some other nations. Is it perfect? No, it's not perfect. No system that man makes is perfect, but this is good for what we need it to do. Is the best thing we have. And I'm pretty sure there are many people out there who are upset with the judge having to declare a mistrial. But like I said, it can go the other way. What if you have a situation where someone who was doing a morally good action, but it was also illegal, and you had a jury where 11 people wanted to put this person in prison, but you still had one person holding out and saying, my conscience will not let me put this person behind bars. So like I said, it can go the other way, and because of that, I'm grateful for unanimous decisions in jury trials. So not sure where this is, where this entire matter is going to go. I know Slager is no longer a police officer. I don't think he'll be able to get hired in any other department after all this. So we'll see what happens. If you got any comments, please feel free to leave a comment in the comment section. Hope you any new viewers out there. Hope you enjoyed this video and look forward to new videos as well. Check out older videos in my archives. Any gripes, complaints, send me a PM or leave a comment in the comment section, and I'll do what I can to address it. Those are just my thoughts on the matter. Like I said, I'd rather a guilty person walk than an innocent person spend 1 minute in prison. So that's my video. Thoughts on the Walter Scott verdict. I'm Edward Jones, and thanks for watching.